Hello students, my name is Mr. Duran. I will be your instructor for this statistic course for the next 8 weeks. Okay? Alright, so this video was prepared with the intention to, kind of get you acquainted with the Canvas course. Make sure that you know where to get the appropriate information, resources, and how to also navigate through MyMathLab, which is your homework online application. Okay, so let's get started with that. So here in front of you, you should see the main page of your course, right? So you have a course description. Then I suggest that you go through all those links on the main page. Those are kind of a shortcut of all the links that you see on the sidebar here. But I will prefer going through the sidebar, right? And explain each, the purpose of each one of them, right? So here you can access the syllabus, the course schedule, view your modules. You can access your textbook from MyMathLab. You can message me from this main page, and you can access some other student resources. Okay. Also, you have direct links to the course support, right? So here, if there's any type of problem with your Canvas access or links or anything like that, you can email course supports. Help desk is more if you have any problem with your emails access or login into your Canvas account, then you can call or just email the help desk. And general Canvas support is kind of the same thing as the first one. Oh no, the first one was email course support, email the help desk, and so on. Anyway, those are tech support. I have nothing to do with those type of help. So anyway, you'll figure it out as we go through, right? So for this course, you will be using the MathLab, right? So you'll be using MathLab and also BrainFuse, which is an online tutoring services that is available to you. And there is also a link here. Okay. All right. So that's the main page. Now let's go through your announcement. Right on top, because the course hasn't started yet, but right on top it says resource announcement, and usually the first 5 announcement will be listed here. Right on the recent announcement, you will see maybe 4 or 5 of the announcement that I do for the week. It will be right here. Okay, and so you can access the announcement through the main page as well. All right, so let's go through announcement. All right, so when you get into your course, you're not going to see all the announcement, right? So I pretty much prepared all the announcement for the next 8 weeks, but what you're going to see is the first maybe 5 or 8 assignment, like all the way up to week 1 assignment and due dates. That's what you're going to see at first. And those are, welcome page or welcome announcement, my information, direct link to Math Tutors, and the resources are available to you. This is very important. Here you're going to have YouTube videos for your demo calculation. So as you go through your, and I want to explain that a little bit later on, but as you go through your weekly assignments, instead of doing them by hand, so I'm talking about your statistical calculation, then you will be able to do that through Excel. And those are demo calculations. So let me click here. I might as well, explain that right now. And here, Professor Hayes has created this course or tutorial course for you guys. And basically is going to cover all the modules from module 1 through module 8, and covering all the sections. And so, for example, module 1, let's look at
In this problem, an insurance
Okay.
company crashed 4 cars the same model at 5 miles per hour. Cost repairs.
Okay, so here is going to cover problems that are similar to your week 1 problems. And it's going to do a demo by hand, most likely, or a demo by using Excel. Okay, so those are the homework problems, I believe. So let me go back. Let me see something here. Just give me a second. Sorry. Okay, I got it. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little technical problem here. Where am I? Here we go. Okay, so you can access, those tutorial through this link, and it's always gonna be available to use starting week 1. Okay. All right. So those are the announcement. Also in the announcement is you got to make sure that you read your weekly assignments, and it pretty much tells you what needs to be done for the week. So for week 1, you're gonna have to complete. I believe there's like a little quiz, a prerequisite quiz, where it's just an acknowledgement that you've covered everything. All anything in the module. I will show you a little bit later. There's a module prerequisite, an acknowledgement that you have to do before accessing your week 1 material. Okay, so I will cover that. But anyway, so here you're gonna have to complete the introduce yourself prompt in Canvas. You're gonna have to make sure that you cover your discussion, your initial post for your week 1 discussion, and that is always due on Wednesday by midnight. Every Wednesday, your initial post is supposed to be done. Otherwise, points will be taken off. And the second one here, you're gonna have the second part will be to reply to your peers, right? So whatever initial post they have, you need to provide a reply to them, and you need 2 of them, right? And both of them needs to be done. Both need to be done by Sunday, by midnight. Well, I put Friday here. It's just a suggestion, but you do have to have your posts on 3 different days. So it could be Friday, it could be Saturday, it could be Thursday. But I'll put Friday here. But everything must be done by Sunday. Okay, and your my math lab work or my lab statistics work has to be done by Sunday. And obviously you don't want to start on Sunday because there's a lot of work. You need to get started on, the first Monday that class starts. And then you do your reading and you start doing some homework. But we cover that when we get to my math lab or my lab statistics. All right, so that's for the announcement, right? And then you have your syllabus, right? So you click here, you get to your syllabus, and you can, all right, so that's what we have here, right? That's your syllabus. You can cover that on your own. That's pretty straightforward. It tells you what's going to be evaluated, the number of points, the weight in percentage, and so on. And you have a breakdown of the grades that you need to pass this course. I believe for this course, so here it says Brookline, but to pass this course, you need a 75%. Is it 75% or I thought it was 75%, but it seems like a 70% is a passing grade, and so. But I will have to double check. So those are for Brookline College. Okay. I need to check. Okay, so here there's a breakdown, right? So for Brookline College is for 70%. For Eagle Gate Provo College, I believe the passing, I believe is 70. I'm not quite sure. 69.5. Let me see. And for Unitech, not quite sure. I thought it was 75%. But okay, and it all depends on your focus, right? On what you're studying, right? So that's for the physical therapist program, and physical therapist assistant and so on. So I will have to kind of look. It seems like, I wasn't the impression it was 75%, but it may have changed. Anyway, so I will have to, because it seems like it has changed here. So anyway, I will double check on that. But I believe it's 75% your passing rate. Okay? Alright, so let's move on. So that's the syllabus. It may change before the class starts anyway. Let's move on to the modules. Right? So that's where you can access so you're not going to see the first one because that's for instructors only. So I should hide this. Actually, you may not see this because that's for me. And this is what you're going to see. Start here. My lab statistics students links. That's what you're going to see. Textbook and all the module. So for module 1, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to pretty much read all the notes that are hosted in my math lab or my lab statistics. Right? So you're going to click there. I will do that in a little bit. So you're going to read your notes. You're going to do your initial post for your module 1 discussion and your replies as well, right? And then this is your section 1 homework. So you have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on. Those have to be completed by July 30th, right? So here you see the deadlines. And every week is going to repeat itself. You notice here that here there is no test, but for module 2, there is a test, right? And test 1 is going to cover module 1 or the topic from week 1 and also week 2. Okay? So week 1, only complete the homework, right? And week 2, homework plus the test, and the test covers the previous 2 weeks, or the actual week and then the one before. Okay? And then it repeats itself. Module 3, only homework. Module 4, homework, test, and test 2 is going to cover module 3 and module 4 until we reach to module 8. No midterm, no final exam, just test in this course. Okay, so that's for the modules. And then from there, you can access, right? So here, so before you can access your module 1, I believe, right? So here it says prerequisite start here. Your prerequisite is this here, right? Start here. You're going to have to go through all those things here. And there is a quiz somewhere. I believe one of them is a quiz. You complete it. Once you complete all that, you will have access to module 1. Okay? So this is already set. All right. So now let's get an overview of my lab statistics. I keep on saying my math lab because that was the original name, but it is what it is. All right. So this is my lab statistics from the instructor's perspective, right? But what you're going to see basically, I believe, let me see if I can. All right. So you're probably going to see something like this, and you're going to see all your assignment here. But I do have the instructors, but let me, it's going to look kind of the same. right? You're not going to see create assignments and so on. You're just going to see this, right? So you're going to have access to your notes. So let me show you how it's going to look like and what type of resource that you have. All right, so here you can see those are all the resources that you have for module 1. Okay, so you're gonna have those access to the section textbook. So for example, measures of central tendency 3.1, right? So that's chapter 3.1 for our module 1, right? If you want to read the ebook, then you're gonna read this, and you can go from, you can cover that section. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable with the reading part, then you can go to the videos, right? So everything that you see in 3.1 is going to be in those videos here. Computing a population mean, sample mean using not StatCrunch. You want the one, with the using Excel, right? Because that, that's what you would either use in Excel or TI-84. You want to skip the one that says StatCrunch, and also you can use the one using by hand if that's what you feel comfortable with, right? So let's look at one of them, right? You want to determine the mean of a variable from a raw data. Then this is it, right?
I'm now going to focus on sum up, just add them
Okay,
all up.
so it's going to go through the formula
Sum of
and
all
then
your X
go through that
values,
example. Okay,
divide by how many?
and it's going to show you example by hand by using a TI-84 calculator or using Excel, right? So that question with the Excel right here. Okay, and using the Excel, basically I showed you earlier that Professor Hayes, he has all those tutorials to do those statistical calculation. And, and so you want to make sure that maybe you view those videos using Excel. All right, moving on. That's for the notes, right? So all the notes are pretty much the same. And that's going to be your preparation, right? Before doing the homework. So now let's look at how your homework is going to look like. All right, so the first set's going to look as follows. So here you only have 7 questions, and you're going to answer those questions, okay? All right, so within those questions, just give me a second here. All right, so here you have a word problem where you have to compute the mean, the median, and the mode. And let's say you don't understand, right? So you can use any of those tools here. Like, for example, help me solve this. For example, it will provide you with a similar problem, and it will break down this problem until it's being solved in 13 parts, right? So it's going to add all the data, right? You answer it, right? So as you answer it, so step by step, you answer them, and then you get to the final and see how you perform. Or you can actually just view an example without answering anything, and it gives you the answer, and you can go through those 12 or 13 parts, right? And then it shows you how to do that question, right? It's a similar problem. If you understand the process, then you close this, and then you repeat the process for this question, okay? And all the questions have those tools, right? Here you can get more help. So here you can access a video. So if you're like, let's say you forgot or you just want to refresh your memory, you can now view a video about, finding the mean, median, and so on, using Excel or TI-84. Click on it and view that video to kind of refresh your memory. Okay. And you can access a textbook, and if all fails, and obviously you also have Professor Hayes' YouTube video solution that's going to help you do those problems using Excel. Okay? If all fails, then you can ask my instructor, and if you don't understand it, then you can shoot me an email and it will give me a link to that problem, and you can specifically say, okay, well, I don't understand, a certain part of this problem. Can you help me out? Okay? And so that's for my math lab. Okay? It pretty much from week to week is going to be the same thing. Except for the even weeks, which is week 2, 4, 6, and 8, where you're going to have tests in addition to your homework. Okay. Now, so that's that for my math lab. That's for the module. Assignments, your assignments is in the modules. The discussion now. So let's look at the discussions. Okay, you're going to have 3 discussions. So from week 1 to week 3, you're going to be assigned some discussion for you to complete. And the first discussion, right, is the discussion question. How is statistics used in the field of healthcare, right? You got to make sure that all the questions in my discussion question are, you respond to all the parts, right? Your response should be substantive, meaning that they add something new to the discussion and you are not just agreeing, okay? There's also a time to ask questions or offer information surrounding the topic addressed by your peers, okay? And so make sure you read all the bullet points here, and then you answer these questions. You also have to provide at least two examples, and you have to have a in-text citation from a scholarly source in proper APA format. All right, now in all the discussion, I kind of provide kind of an overview, right, of my expectation, right? So this is, this is a sample. A sample, discussion format, I guess. And so, just kind of follow this format, but make sure that you answer this question here. All right. So that's for the discussion. So you're going to have three discussion, and it's going to happen week 1, 2, and 3. Okay. No quizzes, and you can see your grades here. It might not look the same way as mine because I have everybody there. And so, yeah, and Brain Fuse. All right. Come on. Brain Fuse online tutoring. All right, so Brain Fuse is online tutoring services that is there for you. I don't know why there's English on my dashboard, but anyway, right? So you're gonna have that available to you, and that's about it. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me an email if I'm unclear. If you are unclear about anything that I said in my announcement, please make sure that you email me and let me know that I need to clarify certain things. Okay? Alright guys, I'll see you in the discussion forum or we'll communicate through email. Alright, goodbye.